382 days, a year and 17 days. He was living on water and supplement 382 days, a year and 17 days. And he shrunk from 456 pounds to 180 pounds. Can you imagine that? That was the longest fasting recorded in history. The one of 1971 by the young man of 27 years old. He fasted for 382 days, a year and 17 days. He was living on water and supplements. If someone could fast for such a period of time, at least you can do 3 days in a week, that is called 8-step diet fasting, or you can do 16:8 type of fasting from 8 p.m. in the evening, from 8 p.m. to 12 noon the following day. You can observe that. And we have some examples of fasting in the Bible. We have some examples of fasting in the Bible. The one of Moses. Moses fasted before receiving the commandments. In the book of Deuteronomy 9:9-18. In the book of Deuteronomy 9:9-18, Moses fasted before receiving the commandment when he went to the Mount of Sinai to receive the 10 commandments. He was in the presence of God for 40 days and 40 nights, receiving the command. God was talking to him, he was communing with God, so on and so forth. He was receiving from God. God was communicating with him, giving him the 10 commandments in the 2 tablets of stone. He was of 2 tablets of stone. He was receiving the 10 commandments. We have another one, the second one. David mourning his child Hines in the book of 2 Samuel 12:1-23. In the book of 2 Samuel 12:1-23. Samuel mourned for his child Hines when he slept with Bathsheba, the wife of Uriah. Bathsheba became pregnant, and David sent for Uriah, the husband, to come back home and sleep with Bathsheba, but Uriah refused. And David later on killed Uriah. Bathsheba became pregnant. Nathan, the prophet Nathan, came and rebuked David. When the child was born, the child was being given birth to. The child developed illness to the point of death for 7 days. David didn't eat any food. He fasted for 7 days. It was after 7 days when the child died that David break his fast and ate. David fasted in the book of 2 Samuel 12:1-23. We have the third example of fasting in the Bible, the one of Elijah. Elijah fasted while escaping Jezebel. Elijah fasted while escaping Jezebel. In the book of 1 Kings 19:4-8. In the book of 1 Kings 19:4-8, Elijah, having killed the 450 prophets of Baal, Jezebel started hunting for him to kill. But Elijah fled from Jezebel, was going through the journey to flee. He slept under the juniper tree, he ate and went through the journey of it for 40 days and 40 nights without eating, after being fed by a rabbit at juniper tree, under juniper tree there. He fasted after that for 40 days and 40 nights. We have the case of Ezra. In the book of Ezra 6, in the book of Ezra 10, 6 to 17. The book of Ezra 10, 6 to 17. Ezra 10, 6 to 17. Ezra fasted to mourn over the sin of the Israelites, of the Jews. Ezra fasted to mourn over sin. Ezra fasted to mourn over sin. In the book of Ezra 10, 6 to 17, when the captives, when they were taken captives to Babylon and returned from Babylon, they married pagan wives. Ezra was busy mourning over their sins, so on and so forth, and gathered in solemn assembly. He fasted for 3 days. We had a case of Esther, who fasted for the safety of the Jews. Ezra, we have the case of Esther. Esther fasted for the safety of the Jews. In the book of Esther 4, 15 to 17. In the book of Esther 4, 15 to 17. When they were in captivity, Haman threatened Mordecai, threatened the Israelites in captivity. In the book of Esther 4, 15 to 17, Esther sent information, sent errand to Mordecai to give a solemn assembly to the Jews, to conduct a solemn assembly and fast for 3 days. Neither the children, the parents, neither any animal should eat within 3 days, 3 nights should live without any food, should live without eating. Neither any of those personalities, the children, the parents should live with anything. Neither the children should eat, neither the parents should eat. They should fast for 3 days. They fasted for 3 good days without food. And as we may have the story cut short, Haman that was threatening the Israelites, threatening Mordecai, that wasn't giving him allegiance. We noticed that Haman was executed after Esther after the fasting, that Esther went to the king's presence, because they don't go to the king's presence without being called up. But Esther, after the fasting, went to the king's fasting. The king stretched his golden scepter that proved that she was accepted to communicate with him at that point in time. And Esther communicated with the king, and Haman was executed. That's what fasting can do. We have Darius that fasted for Daniel. In the book of Daniel 6, 18 to 23. In the book of Daniel 6, 18 to 23. Daniel